the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Aaron's Hour, coming to you live from Virginia Beach. I'm Aaron Phillips, and I'm wearing this shirt today in honor of all you mothers out there, wives who are mothers, even mothers who are fathers, and fathers who are mothers. If you are celebrating a Mother's Day tomorrow, happiest of Mother's Day. We appreciate it. If you're a mother-to-be, a mother was, a mother you-know-what. If you have mother as part of it, God bless you. We thank you for all that you do. Thank you for tuning in today. It is May 10th. That's right. We're closing in on this year almost being half over already. Can you believe it? My goodness gracious, it's 11:01 Eastern time, 8:01 there on the West Coast, and I have no idea what time it is in Africa or Denmark, and I'm sure some of my listeners and followers out there will call or mention or post it on Facebook in the chat room. That's all good. I'm doing all this without even taking a breath. Thank you for making us part of your day. As always, you can be watching us as you are probably right now on the Aaron's Hour Show Facebook page, or as soon as John remembers to put up the WWDBTV logo in the corner right over my head over here, you can be watching that there on that. No, well, that's a little bit big. The one up here, the one that goes up here in the corner, John, right up there. You go, like magic. Okay, so you can watch us on WWDBTV Virginia Beach, both on Facebook and on YouTube. And then, of course, if you do like YouTube, you can also watch us on Aaron Show on YouTube, WWDBTV, and of course, WWDBTV, which is really the parent network of WWDBTV. I feel like I should ask Vanna for a vowel here or a consonant with all these letters. But either way, want to thank you for joining us today. Had a great week. Lots of great stuff to talk about. Talk about our guests that I have today coming up here in a few minutes. But first, as always, let me give a shout out to Mr. JPEG Styles out there in Vegas. How are you, my friend? What's happening out there?
Dude, I'm in the next room.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, come on over, John. Come on over. That's right. That's right. How you doing out there today? What's going on?
Hey, listen, the weather's starting to get nice. We had a couple days of rain, so.
You didn't just get rain. You had hail and crap out there, didn't you, this week?
Yeah, but you know, it's like, so that's probably it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, right. You just got the year's worth of rain in one day. That's right.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Vegas gets about 4 to 5 inches of rain per year.
If we're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky, exactly.
Right.
Yesterday here in Virginia Beach, John, my daughter Alyssa came into town from Jersey. Of course, Stacy's out here already. Everybody's coming in for Mother's Day, but we went out towards Virginia Beach, towards the ocean, and we went out for dinner at a place called Rudy's Inlet. I'm sure my guests who will be joining me here shortly know where that is. Man, the skies were getting crazy. We were 2 minutes out. Huge multiple lightning bolt came striking down from the sky. We got out of the car at valet, and as we're walking in, the skies opened up. That when it rained, you talk about sheets of rain, and the rain was on that 45-degree angle. Holy crud. It just poured, but it knocked out the humidity we had here. And I think we got as much rain in about 15 minutes yesterday as you probably got for a year.
Wait. How did rain knock out the humidity? Isn't rain wet?
Very true.
Moisture cause?
Well, that's true. Humidity is extra moisture in the air. That is very true. Hey, I guess it's an oxymoron in a way, I guess, rain and humidity. I don't know, but the temperatures dropped. It was really nice out. But today is beautiful here. Been about mid to upper 70s today. And hopefully happy Mother's Day to your end over there, John, to everybody on your side. Any plans for Mother's Day tomorrow with Nancy and Sean and company?
Who's Nancy?
I'll tell her you said that.
You mean my ex-wife, Rhonda?
Well, that too. Right. Don't you? You're in the witness protection program. I'm trying to protect the names of the innocents.
I know. That's why her name was changed to Rhonda.
Oh, I see. All right. There you have it. Hey, by the way, before we get into headlines and everything, and I've got about 2 weeks worth of stuff because last week we reran the show that we did with the ladies previously from I have it. Wait a minute. Why am I drawing a blank? It's been so long ago. My goodness. Where is it? Oh, there we go. The Journey of Me with Kirsten and Shay and those ladies there. We ran that show last week. This week, before we get into it, today's guest. Now, listen, April 7th, when we launched WWDBTV, the very first show that we added to the production line was a show called Changing Lanes, hosted by Hakima King and Jerry Hartz. And I met Jerry during the holiday time.
Is that a show about driver's education?
Yeah, and make sure that they teach you for an hour on how to use blinkers because nobody seems to know how to use them anymore.
We need that here. So.
Exactly. Yeah, because you can't use your hands anymore. You're liable to lose your arm sticking it out there.
Funny because I was thinking about that the other day. It's like because the weather's nice. I got the windows open in the car, and I got my arm hanging out the window. And I'm thinking all the old people behind me are going to think I'm going to stop.
Oh, right. Hanging it down. Right. Exactly. Stop, left turn, right turn. But so anyway, listen, we go through life and obstacles are thrown our way just about every day. But as we get older, certain obstacles in our life, are different, sometimes more difficult. Could be a career change, could be a personal life change, whatever. And the co-hosts, Hakima and Jerry, they basically share their thoughts and their experiences and everything that they've done. And they've had great guests on. And I met Jerry over the holidays last year at one of the craft fairs here in town, which my wife and I love going to. And Jerry and I started talking one day, and she goes, I have a friend of mine. We started doing something about a year ago, and we did one, and that was anyway. So I'm very blessed that today's show is going to be all about Changing Lanes, the show that airs every Monday right here on your Facebook and YouTube wavelengths, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. And if you don't catch it live, that's okay. You can go to the Facebook page. You can go to WWDBTV. You got Changing Lanes with Hearts and King, and we've got their YouTube channel. I don't know if it's up yet, but we have to go through, YouTube folks. They have so many parameters.
The shows are getting uploaded to the YouTube.
Perfect. So you got YouTube, you got Facebook.
Pre-recorded. They're not live.
They're not live, but that's okay.
Live, you gotta go to all the other places. So
bottom line is, folks, if you missed the show live, you got 6 formats that you can go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a great show. These two ladies have great chemistry.
I think they're going to be a hit. They're fun.
There you go. And you know what? We need more fun in our life.
Mentally unbalanced to make the whole thing work, right?
Exactly right. All right, with that, before we get to them on the other side of the break, it is time for Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right. I don't know, John, I know you probably don't get a whole lot of time to watch television per se, but, I've been very disappointed with many of the shows that I'm seeing that some of these networks are canceling. I just saw yesterday Night Court now has been axed after 3 seasons. That was the revamped and revitalized show. That one's canceled. That one got canceled. Of course, we know Equalizer got canceled. 2 of the FBI series got canceled. Last night, Found, that show just got canceled. And The Irrational just got canceled. And yet they're talking about all these. I mean, all the shows we watch are getting canceled, and I don't know what's going on. A lot of them had great
It's absolutely numbers. Because I have not watched any of them except Night Court.
Oh, there's so it's what we call the John Styles factor, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. If John's not watching it, they're gone.
Then it's gone. That's right. If you want
that's why I watch all the shows on your channel and my channel.
There you go, because we're guaranteed to be there. Unless you piss us off, then we delete you off the internet. But listen, in almost 20 years, I haven't done.
You got guests sitting in the waiting room. Why don't you get on with your stuff and
well, I'm trying to, but you keep interrupting me. Anyway. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about some winning people who won some money over the last couple of weeks. A teacher. I love this story. She stopped by at a at a Saturn Petroleum's in Charlotte, believe it or not, on her way home after school, a 20-year teacher. And she's dabbled a little bit, $1 here, $5 there, won a few $100s. Well, 20-year teacher, she decided to pick up a Cash 5 game ticket. Has a winning chance of 1 out of every 962,000 chances. Well, this young lady, Victoria Washington, on April 24th, picked up her ticket. She won a cool $172,000 pre-tax. She was so excited when she realized that her net amount was going to be $123,000. She said, I'm going to go out and buy myself a new car. So congratulations to a teacher who had an opportunity to catch up on all those raises over 20 years.
And the rest of the money, I will bet you, goes to class supplies.
You know what? I would not disagree with that bet whatsoever. All right, here's some other winnings around the scope here of the country. How about let's see. Which state is it? Oh, Mississippi. I always get Mississippi and Missouri. Missouri is MI, isn't it? Their state abbreviation MI for Missouri and MS is Mississippi, right?
MO is Missouri.
What's
MI
MI?
is
Michigan?
Mississippi.
I thought MI was Michigan.
MI is Michigan.
So MS is Ms.
Ms.
It's Mississippi. You know why?
It's old Ms.
So here you go. Here's why I know, because a man's life changed
forever.
forever.
I would just like to give a shout out to Hakima in the green room, who is giving me all the clues on what we're supposed to say here.
Oh, for this right now, for all of our
you can't see her. Only I can see her, and she's giving me all the signals, so I know what to say.
Oh, good. So she's cueing you. Well, it's about time somebody told you what to say.
Yeah, no, really.
I mean, man's life changed forever. He played a Wheel of Fortune slot machine at Harlow's Casino and Resort in Greenville, and he hit $10. He put in $10, hit spin. You ready for this? $3.3 million return. Keith's life changed forever while playing an IGT Wheel of Fortune triple gold $1 machine. There you go. Greenville, by the way, is the northwestern part of Mississippi. By the way, do you know how to spell Mississippi with one I? M-I-S-S-I. Right, exactly. There you go. All right, bringing it home to Vegas. There are some winners out there, too. Gambler walked away from the Sun Coast, right up there in the Summerlin area. April 23rd, visitor sat down, played Light and Wonder Dancing Drum Slot Machine, placed a bet for $8.80. After watching all the symbols come up three across, only $135,472 later. There you have it. Now, 12 hours before that win at the Aliante, which is right up stone's throw from where the studio is, where John is right now, same machine, that same Light and Wonder dancing drum, somebody played up there, bet $17.60, walked out with $119,000. So it seems to me that the Light and Wonder dancing drum slot machine might be the machine to play.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It's a slot machine. So here you go. A couple more winners there. Gambler bets $15 on the slot machine at the Santa Fe. Even closer to you, John. Just you step out on a rancho, throw the stones, couple of lights up. There you go. Player bet $15 over there and walked out with $121,000. And then on May 4th, which was my wife's birthday earlier this week, may the 4th be with you, the person was playing Upswing Poker, which is a Pi Gal game. Let's see. Doesn't say how much the person bet, but they won on Pi Gal $381,000. Hey, here's a fun fact. Are you into palindromes? You know what palindromes are, right, John?
Yes, that's words that sound like they spelled differently, but they mean the same thing on Tuesdays.
That's a homophone. Words that are sound the same but spelled. No, a palindrome is like the word mom.
Yeah,
you turn it backwards
and forwards. Yeah, like
did
auto.
You know that exactly? No.
O-T-T-O.
Oh, Otto. I thought you said lotto. I thought you put an L in front. Did you know there are 11 palindrome dates in the month of May? 11.
Cool.
5/2/25, 5/20/25, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, all the way till May 29th. Those are all palindrome dates in the month of May. There you go. All the stuff you wish you knew about.
So
okay,
you get two chances to get it right every couple of days.
Exactly. It's a day that can work really well for people who, like in the Jewish religion, if we go right to left, it doesn't matter. It's the same date. Okay. Hey, by the way, here's some things to do. The Virginia Beach Funk Fest. I have to be careful how I say that word. Funk Fest 2025 lineup was just announced. The Funk Fest is August 22nd and 23rd. General admission is free. This is happening down right on the waterway between 24th and 25th Street, right there off of Atlantic Avenue. The event opens up at 4:30 on both days with music beginning at 6:30. The festival lineup includes Chuck Brown Band, Angela Winbush, and Shalimar on Friday, and mass production, the Blackbirds and Zap on Saturday. You can go to beacheventsvb.com for ticket information. Last but not least, events coming up this week. The annual Chesapeake Jubilee will kick off May 15th, which is this Thursday. Oh, and by the way, the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake, I think I've talked about this at least once or twice over the last couple of months. opens up with the Chesapeake Shrimp Feast, 46th annual, happening on the 15th, 4:30 to 7:30 at the Chesapeake City Park. Weekend hours, 5 to 10 p.m. for the event. I mean, it's a whole big shindig. Go to ChesapeakeJubilee.org to purchase your wristband. But John's going to show the commercial for the Shrimp Fest. If you go to my Facebook page, the QR code is on my page because it's $45 if you want to get your tickets in advance, $50 day of the event. Last but not least, in Vegas, Fremont Street, you have your Memorial Day weekend festivities kicking off your music. 2025 Downtown Rocks has music and musicians playing May 24th and 25th. So that we can go to break on time, I'm just going to tell you to go to VegasExperience.com for ticket and musicians information. All right, with that, covered a lot. We're going to step aside. When we come back on the other side, talk about changing lanes. I have the two co-hosts of that great show. I have Hearts and King coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Shrimp Feast.
Shrimp Feast who?
It's the 46th annual Shrimp Feast hosted by the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake.
Bring your family and appetite on Thursday, May 15th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. to the Chesapeake City Park.
Tickets are only $45, $55 at the gate.
Yeah, but discounts are available for children between 4 and 12, and kids under 3 are free.
Event sponsorships are also available.
To purchase tickets, call Aaron at 702-286-0063, or to become an event sponsor, contact Fred Woodall at 757-469-4945.
Kiwanis builds communities one child at a time.
Have you ever wanted to dress like a Hall of Fame broadcaster, but didn't know where to begin? In 2018, Aaron Phillips was inducted in the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame, and The Voice was born. Aaron has been part of many successful podcast programs, and branding those programs plays a vital role. Visit thevoice.qbstores.com and order the latest embroidered products featuring the logos of many of Aaron's shows. Discounts and flat shipping rates are available on all orders, regardless of quantity, on men's, women's, and kids' apparel, and many accessories. Visit thevoice.qbstores.com and let Aaron's voice speak to you.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Good morning, Patrick Frazee out there in Las Vegas for tuning in. As always, we thank you very much for following us. All right, it is time to bring in the ladies, the co-hosts of Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. You hear them every Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern on WWDBTV, WWDBTV, Changing Lanes, the whole shebang. There they are. Jerry is down in the car I was going to say the blue top, but you both have blue. We got blue all over the place. Jerry is down in Florida taking care of some business, joining us down there. Hakeem is here in the Virginia Beach area. She's doing her thing. I'm here. Ladies, so good to see you. We are now flipping the script on you this week.
Yes, you are. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yep.
Awesome,
You guys are good?
awesome.
You
Yes,
guys
we are. Jerry, you look like you're changing lanes right now.
Yeah.
And not only that, but thank God I'm not driving because, evidently I've been voted the worst driver in Florida this week.
Have you?
Yeah, I figured I want you to feel at home. Okay. I got the background up there.
Thank you.
Well, ladies, listen, thank you for jumping on with me today. I know weekends for both of you, and I want to just let my audience know that both of these ladies are in real estate, and I'll explain why. Jerry is really your traditional real estate agent. She lists homes and she does all of that. Hakima, though, she's a corporate property real estate investor where she buys properties that she then can turn around and rent out for corporations, for whatever, business people in and out. But together they do that as well in the corporate, what I want to say, residential living business. But yet they've known each other for a number of years now. And also on the side, Hakeem is also part of the law enforcement services out here. I don't want to say that she's part of the rat squad, but she is part of IA. Anyway, sorry, right? Isn't that what it is? Right? Your internal affairs?
You're right. Internal affairs, yep.
Okay, that will never get me out of jail by calling it the rat squad. I just realized that. But anyway, that's okay. And so, like I said at the top, I met Jerry about 6 months ago, just going through one of the art shows. We started yickety-yakking, and we hit it off, and then we all got together. And here you are, April 7th, Changing Lanes with Hearts and King debuts. You've been on the air now about 6 weeks. Are you guys having fun doing the show? That's really the first question I have.
We are. Yes.
It has been it was a big step from Jerry and I to, even start a podcast. Because as you can see, we're both very, very busy. On Saturdays, I'm a grandma. That's when I get to be grandma. And then you see Jerry, we're always doing something. We're always on the go. So, but yes, to really do and put our dream together and do what we say we're going to do was a major step for us, and definitely a big like lane change for us as well.
Yes.
So, how did now? Again, people who watch your show, they kind of know the background on you guys and how you met. But Jerry, just give us like an abbreviated version for those who may not have seen that episode but are tuning in for the first time on my side. Talk about how you guys met and came to this idea of beginning to work together.
Well, I mean, it was what, 12 years ago, Kima?
Yeah. Yep.
12 years ago, she bought her first house for me. A single mom working hard. I was a single mom working hard, and we didn't know that we were faking it till we made it, because we were both in survivor mode. And if you've ever been a single mom, actually, the lady that I'm riding with right now was suddenly a single mom. So she'd probably be a great guest for us to have on. But you go quickly into survivor mode when you're trying hard to just make it through. But we looked at each other and thought the other one had it together, and just helped each other through her buying the house, and then our relationship just continued from there. And Hakeem is on 6 houses now.
We're hopefully about to close on 5 and then get 6 right afterwards. But yes, yeah.
But see, so
I mean, I
she's
guess
working it forward.
working on. Hakeem is always working forward, so she's already asking questions about her 6. So I'm considering it. We're on 6.
There you go,
that, Jerry. See,
that's right. You got to put it out there, right?
You see why we work well together?
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead, Kima. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, so that's how our partnership was born. Just me, over 12 years buying houses with Jerry, and probably at my 3rd house is where we decided to partner up.
Right.
Jerry also, we went into corporate housing with one of her units as well. So I mean, it was effortless, and it was definitely like a no-brainer that the two of us work well together. We our relationship is, Jerry, would you say it's just easy?
It's very easy. It's
Yeah.
very. I think we both respect each other because we see how hard the other one works,
Right.
and then how honest the other one is. Because
Yes.
you could, in both our professions, you don't. I mean, there could be some gray areas. So, but Chemo to me is probably the most ethical person I know. Like literally, you're gracious and honest. I mean, I've always respected you, and I think that's what makes it so easy too. There's a lot of
I
trust.
appreciate that. It is a lot of trust.
Yeah.
I want
You know
to
a
take
lot of my secrets. You know a lot of my secrets.
Well, you know mine too.
That's the one thing about friendship. When you start learning everybody's secrets, that's when you know it ain't going to end very quickly. That's for sure.
Right.
You gotta stay friends. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. So I want to take what you guys are doing, because you started one house and then you've expanded. Why did you do that in terms of how that translates into the Changing Lanes philosophy that spearheaded the show and the title and the things we talk about? Talk about Changing Lanes as a title and how that was impacted by what you guys now do together.
So I think with going into the corporate housing, it, like when people ask how did I get into it, I tell them always on accident. It was one of my major like moves in life when my kids left home and I became a empty nester. And I'm like, hey, when we talked about this in our show, is like a sense of community. And when your family leaves and you're in that home by yourself, I realized that maybe I just need a roommate, because I definitely didn't want a pet or a puppy or anything like that. So I went out and got some roommates, and that's what actually started my corporate housing business. But it started on accident, major life change. So, and going into, changing lanes with Hearts and King, we know that there's other people out there. We have friends and other people that we work with that had to make a pivot in life, and, change lanes or create their own lane in that next part of life, So.
Right.
Jerry, how about you?
What? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No, I was just going to say, how about for you?
For me, kind of the same way. Well, Hakima made me do it.
I like that, Jerry.
I had a traditional rental where I had frat boys living in a house over by Old Dominion University, which is in Norfolk, right us. And I was at my wit's end. It was just filthy. There were beer cans in the backyard, kegs in the backyard, pink bra, the biggest pink bra you'd ever seen in your life, hanging on the mantle. And I asked Hakima to come over and in her full uniform regalia to look menacing, and
She wanted me to be scary to these
I was
college
like,
frat boys.
please come scare these boys. And she couldn't. She just kept laughing and laughing, and she took me in the backyard. And as I'm like, my hands are in my, I mean, I was a mess. The beer cans, seriously, it was like 6 bags of lawn bags of beer cans in the backyard. And
she's not exaggerating.
I'm really not. And she's like, laughing. She's like, you're a slumlord. And I'm like, that stove is 3 months old. I am not a slumlord. But she just said, look, let them run out their lease. And because I was really ready to sell the house. I was over it. I couldn't handle it. And she's like, if you sell this house, I'm going to buy it. And you're just going to be mad. So, so she helped me, get some good old fashioned elbow grease in there. We repainted, we put new carpet and redid a bathroom, did all kinds of, but other than that, it was really just cleaning it and getting rid of the trash. I mean, the liquor bottle, it was a frat house.
Sure.
Everybody could use their imagination. But anyway, my rent that I collected from those boys was, I think, $2,000 a month in fair market. Right now I'm at $4,200.
Wow.
So for the house, and it was a matter of and the people that live there now, one is an engineer, the other is an accountant, the other is a student getting his civil service certificate, but he's 55. And the other is a crane operator over at Lambert's Point. So for whatever reason, my houses attract men and to live there. And Hakima says it's because I look like a welcoming grandma house, but
but it's the perfect house, Aaron. It is the perfect house. And I knew like all she had to do was just get rid of them frat boys. And Jerry would go in there and she would mom them. So she's a good mom. She would go in there like, I told you guys, did you clean this house? I'm like, these aren't your kids. These are college boys.
That's right.
And it was hilarious. But I mean, Jerry, is it not like a better quality of life for you now? No more momming other people's kids.
Well, yes. Now it's like I go in and one of the guys is retired Coast Guard, so it's clean as a whistle. I mean, they keep everything. They live lightly. If they put their personal items in their bedroom, so it's not crap all over the place. We actually have it cleaned. If we have changeover, we do cleaning of the whole house with the changeover. But if there's not a lot of changeover, we go ahead and have maid service come in once a month or so, just to like keep it fresh and make sure it doesn't get messy. But they deserve it. I mean, it's just part of it. But as far as the changing lanes, I'm much more relaxed because of it. And as we age, Hakima is not aging. She's a lot younger, but no offense, Aaron, but you know what I'm saying. We run out of energy. So it's been a nice change, protecting looking like for a future. And the whole idea is to be able to come down to Florida and take care of some family business and still feel like everything's okay.
So what we're gonna do right there, guys, we're gonna stop for a moment. We're gonna take a quick break. Because when we come back on the other side, I want to talk more specifically about events that you guys have had to deal with that cause you to change lanes, because that is what you talk about on the show.
Yes.
You've had some great guests within industries, but those are folks that you've had on the past shows have also been very instrumental in helping you guys change lanes as they experience their own lane changes in life as well. I want to make sure we cover some of that. Then we're going to go back into the corporate property stuff, because I do have some questions that I'm sure my listeners are thinking of. You're watching Aaron's Hour. I have the co-hosts of Changing Lanes, which you can see every Monday, 11 a.m. Hearts and King, they're right up there over me. Don't go anywhere. I got more with the ladies and maybe We'll find out who is driving Miss Daisy down there in Florida and who
Yes.
that right shoulder belongs to in the back seat. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Your path to a meaningful career begins at Tidewater Community College. We're here to help you every step of the way, from application to financial aid, to helping you transfer to the four-year college of your choice, and even placement in in-demand careers. Whether you're looking to transition from the military, want to go part-time while you work, or make a full-time career change, TCC is here for you with multiple campuses throughout the region. Enroll today at Tidewater Community College. From here, go anywhere.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Shrimp Feast.
Shrimp Feast who?
It's the 46th annual Shrimp Feast hosted by the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake.
Bring your family and appetite on Thursday, May 15th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. to the Chesapeake City Park.
Tickets are only $45, $55 at the gate.
Yeah, but discounts are available for children between 4 and 12, and kids under 3 are free.
Event sponsorships are also available.
To purchase tickets, call Aaron at 702-286-0063, or to become an event sponsor, contact Fred Woodall at 757-469-4945.
Kiwanis builds communities one child at a time.
All right, welcome back.
Hi.
Sometimes I never know if he's going to run another commercial or not, so I kind of waited to take a sip to see if another one was popping up, but boy, that would have looked silly. Anyway, welcome back to Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, which makes a whole lot of sense because if my name wasn't Aaron, then the title of the show would really be stupid, wouldn't it? Anyway, coast to coast, because we're talking from anything we want to, anywhere we want to be. I have Jerry Hartz, I have Akima King there, coast to Changing Lanes, right here every Monday, 11 a.m., talking about how life's curveballs can either make you strike out or with a little adjustment in the batting stance, maybe you hit a grand slam. And these ladies are all about grand slams. So, Jerry, I'm not going to let your guest there in the car get off the hook that easy. Since you've alluded to your guest over there, give a quick introduction. Who we got there?
This is Joanne. She's so she has been wonderful. She's been great at having us here in Florida, and she is the patient girlfriend of one of my best friends in high school, who is a handful, and she takes great good care of him, which means she's taking very good care of me and my son back there. Can you see him?
Look at Isaac.
Oh, yeah, he's looking fly now.
Yeah, handsome young man.
Yeah, cool daddy Isaac back there. He called
Isaac, why isn't he driving?
What'd you say?
Why isn't he driving?
Well, because Joanne is a very good driver, and she happens to be a little bit of a control freak.
Okay, gotcha. Understand.
You know, they have recovery programs for that, Joanne. Just,
I
you know.
don't want to be in a recovery program. No, I like being in control.
Well,
But I will share really quick about Joanne because can I share your? Sure. She is very exciting thing I just learned. She holds 2 world records in skydiving.
Wow.
Hello. I do. Superwoman. And but her husband passed away very quickly of a heart attack when she had a boy and a girl twins, 12-year-old twins, and he very unexpectedly came home from a run. So very healthy man, eating organic, and he just had a heart attack and passed.
Yikes.
So she had, I'm getting the chills, had to change lanes very quickly and be the mom and the dad and the breadwinner and the suck it up buttercup. And on
a lighter note, is this the friend that you were talking about on the show last week and I think the week before about when we were talking about skydiving?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
You guys were talking about whether you would go that Jerry, you would.
I was talking about
right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, well, I just had a friend recently do the skydiving thing, and I said, "Hey,
that's
before,
right. That's right.
Yeah."
Okay.
And before he went to skydiving, I'm like, "Hey, we just need to do a quick will, just to
right.
make sure your priorities are taken care of if you don't make it." So, but Joanne, that's a big thing. That's holding a record because a roller coaster. Yeah, definitely. And Aaron, that's what's so great about changing lanes, because we have a lot of amazing people, amazing friends in our life, that have pivoted in life and had to, do something that they haven't had to do or make their own lane in life. You know, and our show is geared towards men and women, not just women that are badasses, but women are badasses. But we have those people that tell their stories and to help somebody else out there that might be dealing with the same thing and not know how to, like, man, you know, sometimes you think that you're the only person going through it,
Sure.
and maybe your story can help somebody else out. And that's basically a reason that me and Jerry started changing lanes, because Jerry was changing lanes and I didn't know she was really going through it. You know, with Isaac leaving the year before he left to go to college, like that was a scary, and I don't even know if Isaac know this. He's in the backseat of the car, but it was a scary year for Jerry, thinking that her baby is going to leave, and I felt she thought she was never going to see Isaac again. That's how she
like
carried
that.
it for the whole year. Like, so we did try to start that podcast.
Right.
Aaron, before we met you, and Jerry's like, I just got to spend so much time with Isaac. So we really didn't have time to do anything else because she wanted to get as much time as possible because he was leaving the house. And I'm like, Jerry, it's gonna be okay, because I had a kid in college and another one out, you know, living life. And I'm thinking, like, your relationship only gets stronger when your kids leave and see how amazing that you are and that they definitely need you. So that was one thing.
Yeah, and that's a great point, because I want people watching this right now who have children who are about to graduate high school and go off to college outside.
Yes.
That for those kids who leave, us parents, there is a real problem called empty nest syndrome. Okay,
Yes.
This is a real change where same thing like you guys, when our daughters went off to school, my wife and I were now married 36 years, but we're talking 10 years ago. We had to reintroduce ourselves to each other and start dating again and start getting out of those habits of, oh my God, it's 3 o'clock. Did we forget to pick up a kid or something? No, they're not here anymore. So all of you high school seniors or whatever, or even college graduating students who are doing it from home, and you're going to go off into this is a real problem for us parents with this empty, whether you're a single parent, couple, it doesn't matter. Empty nest syndrome is a real problem. But alcohol is usually a good help for that. But no, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? It really is. We joke about it in a way, but it is truly. My sister just went through it. I have 4 nieces. My oldest niece just graduated from college last year. But her triplet daughters went off to college last year at the same time. She went to empty nest syndrome like that, and it's an issue. But anyway, I'm glad you brought that up.
It happens. And this year, he just finished his freshman year of college. Yep. And I'm telling you, this kid, I mean, he's an amazing kid. I'm not saying that because he's in the backseat of the car, but she is blessed to have a son, and he's a boy, her son, who always reaches out to his mom, who will come home and eat. He makes her feel good. So he might not know that, but it's just those little things that kept Jerry together. And now she sees that, you know, hey, I got this lane in control. Now let me maneuver into this new lane, which is changing lanes with Hearts and King. And then still us learning that, you know, even though we're doing this lane, we still got other stuff and life is still happening. We got careers and we got, you know, other things, businesses. So we're always changing lanes. You know, that turning signal is always on. So, but we hope to help other people doing it, you know, that's out there that may need that little push or that advice, or, you know, other people going through it.
I want to remind everybody, though, when you go out to the Facebook page, you can pull up another tab. You don't have to do it now because I don't want you to lose the feed. But you can go to our Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. Just type it in. It's all one thing. Even if just type in Changing Lanes, it'll all come up. Like the page. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the page, but post your questions and comments on the Facebook page because they'll address it during the show. We'll print them off. I produce the show. I do for them what John does for me here on Saturdays. So when these questions come up, we'll share them. And who knows, maybe if we get some great comments and questions, we'll pick one at the end of a show and we'll send them a little something as a thank you. Maybe we'll order some pins or pencils or something with the names on it. We'll get it to them. But awesome. I did. Right? Absolutely. Be a lot of us to do that. So I want to just address it with Isaac in the back. Right now, Jerry's feed is a little frozen right now. But I want Isaac to understand, and Hakima, you actually said it well, is this November, my mom will be gone 25 years. Okay? And so Isaac, let me just say this to you, my friend, as someone whose mother passed away many years ago. cherish mom while she's with you. That's all I'm going to say, my friend, because a day doesn't go by where I wish I couldn't pick up the phone and just say, hey, Ma, how you doing? What's going on? So you are a lucky individual there, my friend. All right. Let's get back. You got it. Let's get back to the show. So talk about some of the topics on the show that you guys have already talked about a little bit, so folks get a little bit of a flavor of some of the things you guys have covered so far. Of course, they can go back and watch them, but let's talk about what you've done, and let's talk about some topics coming down the pike.
So,
Okay.
You want to do it, Jerry, or?
I'll start real quick. So our first podcast was our friend that introduced us, and so we tell our story about that. But he is a commercial property manager, so he's got a lot of insight with that. And then and he had some, went through divorce and some life changes, and his name's Matt Schaefer. He'll come back as our besides Aaron and John, our token men, to give us some the male perspective, keep us in check sometimes. But and then who do we have next, Sakima?
We had Mallory, and Mallory,
That's right.
Mallory is a military wife who had to PCS to Japan, and Mallory had reached out to us because she needed corporate housing. And when Mallory reaching out to us and going through a big life change herself, like having to take her family and move overseas, we actually coached and mentored her in setting up her own corporate housing before she left. So Mallory comes on. Mallory talks a lot about the aspect of military families, and a life change that she had to go through, and also gave some pretty good advice on, for women that are, leaving or having to move with their husband and pivot in life. Like, she gave some really good jewels on the
Right.
show with that. We had Shanique.
But with that, she's still doing the corporate housing here,
Yes.
right?
Yes, she
Absolutely.
is very
got
successful at it.
two properties that she runs from there, and we step in every once in a while if she has like an issue, but for the most part she was
She's
coached so well by
self-managed.
Hakima that she set it up, and it's not seamless. There is work to be done,
There is
but
work, yes.
she is capable of doing it from across the world for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So let's talk about future shows. Now, this upcoming Monday, you touched on it. John and I were graciously invited, and we happily accept to be part of your show that's coming up on Monday. Talk about the life of podcasting and all that. But let's talk about future. What other types of shows, what other types of topics do you guys want to get into in future shows that you would love to get feedback from your audience?
So me and Jerry are always brainstorming on shows and ideas, and subjects that we want to talk about. But definitely, we want to be able to get out information as far as, home buying, because that's Jerry's expertise. A little more with our corporate housing, but teach women how to start those businesses and get funds and grants that are out there. Some other subjects of, just other ways. Jerry, you got any?
Thing to say.
Yeah, and help me out here. So
Sure. No, I mean, I think we're probably going to have to do with changing lanes. We're going to do a lot of mindset.
yes,
Making sure
positive
that
mindset.
everybody's in the right space. Because I think that, I spent years going through a divorce and things like that, and just kind of being stuck because I felt the word "can't" was in my vocabulary a little too much. So probably like some mindset and making sure that possibility is in every. So with possibility, we need to have the tools to share. Like Kima just touched on the funding, probably setting up LLCs, your business to doing it the right way so that you don't get harms going down God forbid somebody breaks their leg and there's that, and it's nobody's fault or anything, but you want to, so LLCs, probably go in
Mortgages, yeah.
mortgages for sure, because there's so many different products out there, and our world is so chaotic that you automatically make a story up in your head, and again that goes to mindset. So it's like, just be quiet, stop watching the news, make the phone call. We had Marcy Ellis with Cross Country Mortgage, and actually in your studio where we do our podcast, there's another team that they are really into the Archer Mortgage. There's Dana Brown and what why am I forgetting his name? I see his crazy face.
There are quite a few real estate related companies in where my
In your
studio is.
building,
Correct.
right? But and I've actually worked. They have great access to some of the grants that are out there. We run into a lot of traveling nurses and really cater to the medical profession. And there's so many grants for police out there, hero programs. So it's
Sure.
police officers, firefighters, nurses, and it doesn't matter. You can be administrator, you could be a janitor. If you work in that arena, you qualify for that
How
grant.
about for educators?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely, teachers.
definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
You're
So
active or retired or both?
I
I
think both.
probably, I bet that you could do both.
Because
because
I just happen to know a retired administrator
Oh
that.
yeah, I like that plug for your
Yeah.
wife. I love that. You do.
All right,
You
we're gonna
sure
step aside.
do. You
I
sure
want.
do.
I do. Yeah, real close. I want to step aside for our last break. Now, Jerry, I noticed your car stopped moving, which tells me you got somewhere. Can you continue, or do you need to leave us for the rest of the last 10 minutes?
Oh no, I could continue. If
Okay.
I go in and out, just tell me again, and I'll refresh my.
Well, right now, you're actually doing perfect since you're not moving. So don't do anything. Don't sneeze. Don't breathe. Don't cough. Don't kill the signal. All right. With that, guys, we're going to step aside for our final break of the show. When we come back, we'll wrap up with the ladies. I have questions about the corporate housing that I'm sure some of you out there, as well as how to get in touch with them if they're interested, if you're interested and wanting to learn more. We got all that coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Aaron Zhao will be right back.
With an award-winning and dedicated faculty and 4 beautiful campuses, Tidewater Community College proudly serves nearly 25,000 students a year, 48% of whom pursue degrees that let them transfer to four-year institutions. At Tidewater Community College, 65% of our students attend part-time, so they can earn while they learn, and 1/3 of our students are military-related. Enroll today at Tidewater Community College. From here, go anywhere.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Shrimp Feast.
Shrimp Feast who?
It's the 46th annual Shrimp Feast hosted by the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake.
Bring your family and appetite on Thursday, May 15th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. to the Chesapeake City Park.
Tickets are only $45, $55 at the gate.
Yeah, but discounts are available for children between 4 and 12, and kids under 3 are free.
Event sponsorships are also available.
To purchase tickets, call Aaron at 702-286-0063, or to become an event sponsor, contact Fred Woodall at 757-469-4945.
Kiwanis builds communities one child at a time.
All right, welcome back. Here we go again. We're coming around the clubhouse turn. We have about 10 minutes left with the ladies to wrap up. All right, so quick reminder, everybody, Changing Lanes, Mondays, 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on Facebook on Changing Lanes, on WWDBTV, on WWDBTV, Las Vegas. Same 3 channels on YouTube. So if you don't catch the show live, fret not, because you can always watch the show at your convenience. Hence the beauty of what we do here on these airwaves. Okay,
Yes.
so we talked about corporate housing, and number one, if someone watching right now was interested in wanting to just learn more, like a free consultation or whatever, okay, how do they get in touch with you to talk about that?
So I want to tell them how they're going to get in touch with us. But before we move
Oh,
there,
okay.
I definitely wanted to touch on one more thing,
Yeah.
because I know it seems like Hearts and King is really big on real estate, because we're heavy on real estate because we're experts in our own fields and our own lanes in real estate. But the Changing Lanes for Hearts and King podcast, like we definitely want to touch on finances. We want to touch on family, positive mindsets, personal growth. Like our podcast is for anybody who, those things,
Lose
they
weight.
can relate to those things. So
How about
that is,
recovering from identity theft?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we got you on that. Anything, if you got some situations where you need some advice, we are the podcast for that. But
Well, go to their Facebook page, everybody. If you have an idea or a topic that
Yes.
you'd like
Yeah,
them to delve
absolutely.
into,
Yeah.
put them out there. That's the best place right now to find that, as far
Yes.
as getting some ideas and thoughts, right?
And we're big on making residual income, and we're definitely big on, like, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be real estate. But if there's an idea out there that can make residual income and you change your lane to get there, we want to definitely help you with that. But yes, how they can get in touch with us. I am Hakima King. I'm on Facebook under Kima King. And my phone number is 314-793-4477. And Jerry, you give your information.
Oh, she must have just
Well,
gotten
she must have just froze
gotten a
out.
phone call.
But yes, so and Jerry's information is out there, Jerry Hart's, um, and you can
Also
reach
on
out to her
Facebook.
on her Facebook page. Yeah, she'll come back and give you her phone number.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the
but
one downside of doing this on on your phones is when a call or a text comes in, it kills the feed.
it kills
When you're
it.
done. Yes.
I see that. We also do coaching and consulting. I mean, we've been coaching and consultant for about 2 years. I
Hmm.
could say like where we have packages already set up. So if somebody needs to, they want to get into the corporate housing business and they need how to set it up or just everything from A to Z, we can help them. We can coach you into a successful corporate housing business because that's what we've done and that's what we do for ourselves.
When you guys came to my home studio for the podcast training, you made a comment. We had a spare bedroom here in the house at the time.
Yes. Yes.
People don't have to buy a full standing home to
No.
get started, right? They can start with an extra room, right?
Right. We teach you how to start with where you are.
Okay.
I mean, we teach you first, like it's not about actually making an income at first. It's just like just getting your bills taken care of.
Sure.
If
Sure.
you could live and not pay a bill, then you're already ahead. And
Heck
then
yeah.
from there, you take that extra and then maybe it's time to purchase your second home or your
Right.
third home. So
Right.
yeah, we teach people how to start just where they are,
Okay.
and how to grow from there. But we teach you from A to Z, everything you need for setup, everything you need inside of your corporate home, the platforms to get you started, the leases, the legal ramifications.
Hmm.
Also, we do property management ourselves as well. Now we tell everybody this, like we don't just take anybody because we have a um, just a standard of what we're looking for when we
Sure.
take on corporate housing. And and we'll be honest with you, if you want a consultation and we come and we see like, hey, we can help you set up, but this isn't one that we would take on ourselves, we will let you know that, so we won't waste your
Gotcha.
time. Yeah.
Jerry, now that you're back with us, give us contact information because we've been talking about the corporate housing and people want information.
Mhm.
But, and of course, you guys do that together, but you are also a traditional real estate agent as
Yes, I
well.
am. Yes.
So let's give out your contact information for people to reach out to you in any of their real estate needs, whether it's corporate
Sure.
or individual.
Well, I work with LPT Realty. So my phone number is 757-754-6177. I have lived in Virginia Beach for 50, well, Norfolk and Virginia Beach for 57 years. And and so very familiar with the neighborhoods and do a lot of work in Portsmouth, Suffolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, and Norfolk. So would love to help you however I can: list, sell, invest.
Now, let me ask you this question about licensing. Jerry, I know as a real estate agent, yes, you have to be licensed. Are you
Yes.
just licensed in Virginia for you specifically?
For me specifically, yes, right now,
Right.
but I'm in sunny Florida right now, and really thinking hard and talking to some another realtor down here about getting
Right.
licensed and joining him as well, because
Gotcha.
I think we
Now,
could
now,
take on another lane, Hakima.
There you go.
Hakima, since you have Jerry as the licensed real estate agent, you
Yes.
yourself for the corporate housing, you don't have to be licensed. Is that correct? Am I correct in that
Yeah,
presumption?
because I just buy and Jerry
Right.
just sells them to me, and that's
Gotcha.
another expert thing that's great about Jerry is she knows the corporate housing, so
Right.
also she knows the areas where we boom at. So if you're
Right.
looking for something to invest in, like Jerry knows those areas. She's big. We're big on numbers, so she'll tell you where you can be profitable at, but what also areas that we have a lot of transients in the Hampton
Sure.
Roads area, and some areas hit harder than others as far
Right.
as the boom of people needing places. So Jerry's been very good at we've done some coaching, but Jerry's also sold some houses to a lot of people
I,
that are
Yeah.
investors.
I
Yeah.
want to ask one last question before we wrap up. And again, folks, I'm going to give a little disclaimer with when I ask this question. Results may vary. Okay. So
Oh, yes.
I'm going to ask the
Yes.
loaded question that I'm sure some people are thinking about. And I know there's a lot of factors that'll go into this. So I'm kind of giving you guys the opportunity to answer it, but not answer it. So
I'm scared.
no, don't be, because I
It's not
ask
a test
questions.
question.
I know.
Yeah, kind of. So here you go. So let's say today I buy a house to do the corporate stuff like you guys have guided me to do at this point. Signed, sealed, delivered. Approximately in your experience,
Mhm.
and again, I know it's all about the mortgage and the payment and the rent and all that. At what point can people hope to gain break-even points in this type of residual income before they start seeing the plus side? What have you been experiencing? What do you see?
The great thing about corporate housing is once you set up and you furnish everything, you can expect to see it in maybe 2 or 3 months. That is
Really?
that
That
is the
quick?
beauty of corporate housing. If your
Wow.
numbers are right, yes. So
Okay.
I mean, I just to put something out there, I bought a condo. What was it, Jerry? About 3 years ago. Furnished that condo, probably cost me, let's say, $4,000. Within the
Furnish it.
To
first
furnish it. To
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 furnish it.
furnish
furnish it, yes, to
it. Okay.
furnish it, 2 bedrooms, and that might be on the high end because I'm just trying to,
Sure.
I don't
Sure.
want anybody to think because we furnished something for 2,500 before and a
Right.
whole place, but we also got a lot of free furniture.
Sure.
But
Sure.
just to be realistic, but say 4,000, that probably is a little over what I paid. Within 6 months, with a short term lease, I end up making about $28,000 in
But
six months.
is that though presuming that you paid for the property outright, or is that
Nope.
including a mortgage that you had?
So I had a mortgage on that, and most
Okay.
of the time when you buy investment property, Jerry will let you know you
Sure.
put down about 25 to 35%.
Okay.
So my mortgage on this property is about $650. So you got to think I'm collecting, and when I started, remember Jerry, I was like, I'm gonna start at 2,000. Jerry's like, that's pretty high. Well, I started at 2,000. I had so many people like coming and needing housing. I had to go up. And
Wow.
now, like my average is 26 to $3,000 a month for this same condo that I pay $650 a
What's the
month.
size of the condo, square footage wise?
It is less than 900 square feet.
So 1 bedroom?
2 bedrooms, one bath.
Wow.
Yes, all utilities included. Your
In
furniture is
Norfolk?
included. It is in Chesapeake, so all you
It's
have
in
to
Chester?
do is come and just
Wow.
be there. Everything you need is included in that. Wi-Fi, everything you need. So it is actually pretty feasible because you don't have a lot of bills.
Right.
So
So
Right. Wow.
and the thing that like a lot of people don't realize is the trend I think right now of people our age, and I really mean that middle aged and upward, people are starting to live together, bunk up, you know,
Mhm.
because regular rents are so expensive. I
Sure.
had a lady call that moved into town, and she saw one of the pictures, and I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, yeah, I don't have anywhere to live. And she, every day I get a text from her, anything open, anything open, you know. So it is tough to find it, just housing right now.
right.
Sure.
So
So
Mhm.
so from a it's a seller's market, as a term would go, in a way, right? I mean, seller, renter, whatever it is.
right,
You have
you can say landlord market, right,
Yeah.
right.
right,
Okay.
right.
And
I have
see,
so
and
many more
Aaron,
questions, but
right.
we're
And
running
with
out of
the
time.
and majority of the time with the corporate housing, we're dealing with professionals that come in town, and
Right.
Very much.
majority of the time, their companies are paying per diems.
Sure.
So
Sure.
they're looking for something convenient,
Yes.
Right.
comfortable, safe, clean,
Clean.
and we provide all that stuff and the convenience of not having to pay any other bills but that one.
So your client is really the corporation
Yes.
that is renting it from you on behalf of them. All right.
Well,
Yes.
in
Well,
some cases,
In some
yes, but then
cases.
in some
and
cases,
then in
yes.
others, it's the actual
Sure.
the nurse gets the per diem paid to
Right.
them, so it's a pass through. So we actually just
Right.
talk to the nurse. And
Gotcha.
every once in a while, we get a staffing company that'll call and say I have someone, but even then, it goes right to the nurse, right?
Right on.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
say
All
that
right.
right.
We have 1 minute left. So I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. If people have more questions like I have piling up in my brain right now,
We got you.
what's
We
an
can answer those
email?
questions.
What's an email? Give a best number that people can reach out to you with their questions.
We at changing lanes with Hearts and King at gmail.com, or just reach out to us on Changing Lanes with Hearts and King on Facebook and leave us a message. Your phone number will get back to you. In this podcast, we gave our information out earlier, so our phone numbers are out there. Give us a call. Like, we're passionate about this, we know about this, and we love, I mean, we have packages to help you get you started.
Now,
And we
the
like
last
how we really do enjoy helping everybody with this because it's a
now,
win-win for everywhere.
now
Really
the
is.
last 30 seconds. Give a pitch for people to tune into your show, and if they want to become an advertiser or a guest, what do they need to do?
Well, just reach out to us. Let us know. I mean, we are always looking for sponsors. Just reach out to Aaron Phillips. Yes, we're looking for sponsors. Um, and be on our show. If you also have a story where you change lanes and want to be a guest, reach out to us on Change Lanes with Hearts and King at Facebook.com. Also, Change Lanes with Hearts and King. YouTube is where you'll find all 6 of our episodes. Again, thank you, Aaron, and thank you, John Stiles, for
Yes,
making
thank you very
sure
much.
that you
Thank
guys,
you.
that you made it easy for us.
Absolutely.
And this lane is
Yes,
amazing.
Well, we
yes.
enjoy it. I am tickled pink that the success you guys are having and the way I've seen the show grow in the 6 weeks in studio with you guys, it's only going to continue upwards. You can also email me if you want to at WWDBTV.info@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to share and send all the messages with you. All right. With that, everybody, by the way, just this literally is news that just broke. An earthquake of 4.1 preliminary magnitude shook parts of Tennessee in Greenback and Knoxville, Greenback, Tennessee, which is about 30 miles south of Knoxville at about 9 o'clock local time this morning. So hopefully everybody out there is safe and, everybody's going to be accounted for. All right. With that, everybody, next week I have RevealedLLC.com, one of my sponsors. They'll be with us next week talking about their apparel. Check them out. Revealed-LLC.com. Apparel, hats, t-shirts, the whole shebang. Great motto. With that, everybody, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, coast to coast. Thank you for watching. All right.